thank you for watching my channel today. My name's Sarah and my channel is called Your Tree Shelf. This week I am on annual leave from work. Today it's Wednesday the 7th of June, and I thought I was going to vlog my week, but it's already Wednesday, and so I thought I'll vlog today. Depending how long this is, it might be more days, it might just be today. I am feeling quite PMS-y today. So I'm feeling quite anxious today and quite stressed out. And I'm hoping that this will help me calm down. Yeah. So this week so far, so we have got quite a lot of fence in our garden, and we started painting the fence blue last summer, and it looks really, really nice, but we then ran out of days where it was nice weather, and so it's kind of been half blue for a year. And the fence, I'll show you in a minute, but the fence along the back wall of the garden is almost like two overlapping fences between us and the property that borders us on the other side. And so you have to try and fit the paintbrush through all these tiny little gaps, which is a real ball ache to paint. So I spent all of Monday during school hours painting the fence, and I got like about a third of one side painted, and it all needs a second coat as well. So I have that kind of hanging over me. The good thing about it was that I was listening to my audiobook, A Place for Us by Fatima, Farheen, Mirza. It's quite a long audiobook. It's about 16 hours, and I've now only got 3.5 hours to go. So, and I'm loving it so much. A really, really, really good book. So I was listening to that, which was like, at least I was kind of reading while I was painting. And it was nice doing it, but it's suddenly like, wow, a whole day of annual leave's gone and only a little bit of fence is painted, and I've still got loads of fence to paint. So that's one thing. Yesterday, I spent the whole day doing really boring work stuff, but it needed to be done, so at least I had the opportunity to do it. So I had a ton of mandatory training that I had to do. So we have to, probably like most careers, we have this mandatory training which adds absolutely nothing to your life and teaches you nothing helpful, but you have to do a lot of it every year, and I did loads of that yesterday and emailed off all my certificates. I had to speak to the NHS pensions team. Really exciting stuff, guys, that I did yesterday. And then by the time I finished all that, there was only an hour left till the school run, so I did read for about an hour. So today, on a Wednesday, the kids were after school club. So instead of having just kind of 9:30 till 2:30, I actually have all the way up until about 5:30, which is like a really nice long period of time. So I really want to enjoy today, but PMS is trying to hijack it. So this is the things. Okay, so I would really like today, what I would like to do, I'd like to do some watercolour painting. So I started a project where I wanted to do watercolour interpretations of some of my favourite books, and then I want to frame them all individually and hang them up probably in the office where all my books are. And I've done one, which I have to show you. I should have brought all this stuff with me when I sat down to film, but I didn't. So I've done one, which is The Story of Edgar Sortel by David Wroblewski. I've done that one, and I'd really like to start Memphis by Tara Stringfellow. So I really loved that book earlier this year. I wouldn't say it like it's one of my all-time favourite books, but I love the cover as well, and so I'd really like to do that, because obviously it has to be a cover I think I'm up to painting, and one that I realised when I was doing the Edgar Sortel one, it's got a really long title, and I have to actually then put the font on as well, which is really hard. So yeah, I'd quite like to start that today. So that's one thing I'd like to do. I'd really like to finish a book. So I've got at the moment, so last night I started this, which is on my TBR for this month, which is about a guy who was born with no sense of smell. And this is a self-published memoir that a patient gave me with the same condition. And I'm always kind of nervous that she's going to come to me and say, oh, did you read that book I gave you? And I'll be like, oh, not yet. And then I'll feel really rude. So I wanted to read this. And it's good, but it's really quick to read as well. So I've only got 100 pages of this left. So I should easily be able to finish this today. I have read the next essay in A Life of One's Own by Joanna Biggs. So I read the essay on George Eliot yesterday, which I really enjoyed. And today, well, the next essay is Laura Neale Hurston. And I loved That Eyes Are Watching God. Like, really loved that book. So I'm really interested to read about Zora Neale Hurston. So I'd like to kind of read one of those essays. And then, sorry, I've taken the dust jacket off. This is Bridge of Clay. This is a really long book, so it's nearly 600 pages. I'm over halfway now. I'm on page 317, and it reads really quickly because a lot of the pages have like quite a lot of short sentences, dialogue, that kind of thing. So it's not like a really heavy, every page is like covered in text. So I'd really like to make some more progress on that. So that and the painting are things I'd really like to do. And then I have like the things which are looming over me, like cleaning all the bathrooms, changing the bed sheets, doing more fence painting, there's a few bits of gardening I need to do, like deadheading a bit, and in the front garden there's a couple of plants which have self-seeded, which I need to move because they're growing like right on top of some other plants, and so I need to like dig them up and move them. So there's a few little bits like that. And the other thing is my NHS appraisal is due in like at the end of June, and I've got quite a lot of credits to write up still. So that's my kind of to-do list. This is probably quite boring to listen to, but it's helping me to like get all of this stuff out of my brain and not onto paper, because you're not paper, but out into the world. So I'm hoping that I'll get a good mix of stuff that I really want to do done, and also get some of the stuff done, like maybe I could do a little bit of the stuff in the garden or strip one of the beds or something like that. And then, the other thing I want to do today is I am going to my lovely friend Claire's house tonight, and I want to take some cake round to her house. So I'm going to make hopefully a banana and chocolate chip loaf cake. I'm just waiting for her to text me back and tell me if she likes that. I'm hoping that she does because I've got all the stuff to make it. So yeah, that's my plan. I feel like now I would like to just have a little bit of reading time to decompress, so let's do that. Let's have maybe half an hour of reading. What's the time? It's 10 to 11. And then I will see from there, and I will take you with me. I just recorded a load of chatter while I was doing the bed, and my bloody microphone, I swear, it works 98% of the time, and then sometimes it records and it puts this really loud feedback over the whole recording. You can't hear anything I'm saying, you can just hear this noise, which sounds a bit like when you used to have dial-up internet and it was making the dial-up noise, and it's so annoying. So I've lost everything that I just said. But anyway, my bed's done. My bed looks nice. What I was trying to tell you was, I'll show you the sheet. So I'll show you the pillow because you can see. Look, these sheets, I love these. They are from Dunelm, but they're designed by the Natural History Museum, and they're stripy on one side, and they've got all these lovely little specimens labelled on the other side, which is cool. So that's done. What I would think I said was, the plan is to now go and make some lunch. I fancy tofu, scrambled tofu and baked beans on toast, I think, for my lunch. That's just what I fancy. So I'm going to go and make that. Then afterwards, I will make the cake to take around my friends tonight. I've got this, I need to sort this little bit of hair out. Look, I've got this little sticky out bit. which is really annoying. There we go. It will stick out again in a second. Yeah, so make the cake, and then I've had a tidy up, I've put washing out, I've done the bed. So that's some boring things done off my list, or some life chores done off my list. And then I just have to decide this afternoon whether I attempt any more of those things or whether I just use it for leisure time, which is what I should be doing because it's my holiday and it's my long day without the kids. So I definitely should be doing that, but we'll see how much my anxiety takes over and I find myself doing chores. Anyhow, I'm going to go downstairs to the kitchen to make my lunch. Okay, so I am going to do some drawing in prep for my new book cover picture that I want to do. So I decided I'm going to do Memphis, and I just love the cover. So this is the cover of the edition that I read, which I just printed off a copy so that I can have it in more detail. I just love this cover, and I think it won't be too hard to paint because there's a lot of block colours on there. There's not like loads of detail, shading, faces, anything like that. So I don't think it will be too hard. So I have my watercolour paper. So my first job is to try drawing this, seeing how that goes, and listening to my audiobook while I do it. I'll check in when I've done a little bit more. Not sure how much you can actually see, but so I've done a grid over the top of this picture. And I've just drawn, I'm not sure if you can see really, I've just drawn the first person here, which has taken me 45 minutes maybe, something like that. So I've got like a grid that I can put over the top to make sure that my proportions and stuff are okay. So I think she's probably going to be the trickiest character to draw because she's got the most going on. This one, there's only sort of this part, and then the hair's easier on this character, and obviously we've got like the plants to do here, but they shouldn't be too tricky. So yeah, so I'm pleased with it so far. I think I'm just going to go and do the cake now because I don't want to run out of time, but good progress so far. Here I am, I'm back. Yeah, so I'm going to do the cake because I need to have time. It takes quite a long time to cook because it's a loaf cake, but it's really, really easy to make. It's like it's a Bosch recipe, I think. So it's really easy. If it's available online, I'll link it in the description box so that you can all see how yummy it is. So I'm going to do that. I didn't even put my audiobook on while I was drawing because I needed to concentrate quite a lot. I didn't actually put it on. So definitely going to listen to my audiobook while I make the cake. And I will show you the finished result when I've done it. Hopefully it'll be a nice dessert for me and Claire tonight. I have no idea if the microphone's any good on these headphones, but I'm going to, so cake's in the oven. I'm going to go outside at the front. I'll show you there's lots of deadheading and weeding and stuff that needs doing. So I'm just going to do a bit of that because my brain is still quite hyperactive at the moment. So I'm going to go outside and do that for a little while the cake's in the oven. Then I'm going to come in and for the last bit of the day before I pick the kids up, because it's now nearly 4, I'm going to read, maybe outside. There's still other stuff that needs doing. I need to get the washing in. I need to put the next load of washing out. Never ends. But yeah, so that's my plan. Yeah, we'll see how it all goes.
got my microphone in. Sorry, so the sound's probably not going to be quite up to scratch. I have done the weeding and stuff out the front. Cake's out the oven. I've just read for a few minutes. Still don't feel very good. Still feeling pretty stressy, which is really annoying. But one thing that does help is exercise, and I am doing exercise by this YouTube lady called Grow with Jo. I'll link her channel down below. And I do her workouts 5 days a week, and it definitely helps. So I'm either going to go and get the kids and then do one, or do one and then go and get the kids. And I'm really hoping that will help me feel better, and then seeing my friend tonight will help me feel better. And hopefully tomorrow I'll wake up and PMS won't be quite as bad. Fingers crossed. So that's the plan. The washing wasn't dry, so that's good, because I can now leave it out and I don't have to worry about the wet washing till tomorrow, so that's good. Yeah, so I'm going to go and discuss with my husband what is the plan. Go and do whichever part of the plan is next, and then I'll probably have to sign off quite soon, because then I'll be out. But anyway, we will see. Good reports, guys, good reports. So I did my exercise and it really helped, which is really good. So I have to say, it is evidence-based that if you have mild or moderate anxiety and depression, it is actually as effective to do exercise regularly as it is to take antidepressants. And definitely exercise really helps me. It doesn't have to be a long exercise. I do YouTube workouts, like I said, with Grow with Jo, 5 days a week. Each workout is like 10 to 20 minutes generally. There are some longer ones, but I tend to stick to the shorter ones. And her whole message is about consistency, and so I do not miss the workouts. I always do them, even if I didn't get in from work till really late. I still do the workouts because I don't want to get into the habit of missing them. So anyway, I am very hot because I've just got out of the shower. Just turn my air conditioning up, and I'm now off to my friend Claire's. Let me just actually no, I'm not going to start driving because that's dangerous. In terms of reading, I read a few more chapters of A World Without Smells, and I am over halfway now. I'm learning about what it's like to not be able to tell if food's off, what it's like to pick up whether your kid has anosmia, what it's like to be a parent with it, what it's like when people don't believe you that you can't smell anything. And I read, as I said, a little bit of Bridge of Clay. I've listened to quite a lot of my audiobook today, A Place for Us, and I have to say it's moved me to tears twice today, and it takes quite a lot for a book to move me to tears. It's incredible. It's so good. It's so good. I've got about 2 hours of that left, but I'm going to listen to some music in the car now on my way to my friends, and I will come and say goodnight to you when I get home. The next day now, it's now Thursday, and good to report that I am feeling loads better today, really calm, really relaxed, not feeling under pressure, which is really good. I have done a couple of loads of washing, listened to my audiobook, which I've nearly finished, and like the A Place for Us book, and I literally cannot recommend this book highly enough. It's absolutely amazing. It's probably just jumped straight to my book of the year so far. But yeah, so I've only got an hour and a half of that left to read. I have finished A World Without Smells, which I gave 3.5 stars because it was really interesting, and if I ever meet patients with anosmia, I will have a better understanding of the condition, which is what his whole aim of writing it was, to get people to understand it better. But it was a bit repetitive, and also there were some bits in there which I found a little bit strange, like he was saying he has to have a routine where he showers every day and changes his clothes every day because he can't smell if they smell. And I was just like, well,
in my mind, you should have a shower every day anyway. Like, I don't smell myself and think, oh, I don't smell, so I can just skip my shower today. I have a shower every day. So I thought that was a little bit strange, like other people don't do that. But he compared his loss of smell to blindness quite a lot, which I also found a little bit like, he kept saying, why do people give me stuff to smell, the same as I wouldn't try and show somebody blind a painting. But he made the comparison with blindness a lot of times, and it didn't really seem like the best comparison. So I gave it 3.5 stars, and I've just got the essay collection now and Bridge of Clay to finish, and it's really gorgeous weather here. It's a little bit windy, sorry if you can hear the noise from that, but I've got like half an hour or so before I have to go and pick the kids up. So I'm going to stop this vlog now. I'm going to sit on my sun lounger and read for half an hour in peace, and end on a more positive note than the PMS day of yesterday. So I hope you've enjoyed watching. Let me know what you're up to. Let me know if you'd like to see more vlogs, and I will speak to you all soon.